Kind of cold out. It's raining like crazy. Like crazy. I don't really want to open the window. Everybody's getting sicker and sicker. I keep telling people. Some cats eat it, right? You just don't. I don't talk with my mouth wash or what? None of this. Here we go. What? On drugs, bro. Walmart and Amazon are on drugs. For real. I paid $52 for mine, bro. They on drugs. Walmart 114. eBay 79. Walmart. Y'all on drugs, bro. Crack the fuck out, bro. We're living it. Every 60 days I get 3, so I don't pay none of that. That's fucking crazy. You know what? Let me go. How's it going, everybody? I know I like to practice getting into this, like taking my time, and it's gonna be like 10, 15, 20 minutes so we can get more people in. I mean, a lot of people talking about they not getting my notifications, they subscribe, and I'm like, well, has it ever come to your mind to go over and check out your notification? We have to think, people. I know this is not a place everybody wants to be. There's so many platforms. I'm gonna tell you right now, TikTok, I just find it to be a waste of time. There's a couple people I follow over there. Some of you I might follow, and I follow you because I like the content and I like to see where you're going. But there are some people who are so, I don't like talking bad about people. I used to just do that to draw people in because a lot of people like to actually do it, not knowing that they really don't like it. So in order to get a person's attention, I have to use Islamic ways of doing it, but I just, you look at Charles Schwab and all the people at the Economic Forum who's talking all the big stuff, waiting because they got their Lucifer or whatever, right? I don't want to name no names. It's bigger than what you can even think. And I don't want to get caught up into that tirade, into that, because a lot of y'all going to think you know something, and trust me, you don't know nothing. These weaklings, these cowards are able to do what they're doing because of your positions. And every time when I look at what individuals are doing, sisters, all that rump shaking and stuff, you're nothing. To them, you're like a piece of burnt meat that drops off into the coals. That's exactly what you are. Walking around with your BBLs and getting your little weave in your hair, and you wonder why you're going bald and all the chemicals you're using, talking about you're spending money to go to Miami and South America, this, that, and other, to get all these natural things done, while you come back and you're eating tons of bioengineered foods, you're not doing anything scientific or anything prolific. You are selling yourself short. You have destroyed yourself to implement something to be able, and then to implement something to be disrespectful to the man. Yet you are dressing up and then claiming to be for the woman, which makes no sense because you go for a butch that looks like a man, and butches are still running and getting the very penis that you dismissed for the butch. It makes no sense, y'all's complication and your confusion. And now we have this pronoun thing. Whatever. Call yourself a chair if you want. There are people who actually name themselves as a furniture, and they've been doing that for over 30, 40 years. Now, regardless of that, the foundation and the structure that we're dealing with is, I should have made this for kids. For children, excuse me. Because your kids aren't goats. Your children aren't goats, excuse me. Every day, you can't help the information highway. I remember when it first started out, was people communicating, contacting, reaching out to cousins and brothers. And I used to be telling everybody that we're all related. Now, we had this fake little account come on here. Maybe a fake Jew. I don't know what it was. Who it is, it doesn't matter to me. Troll, whatever. Probably somebody on YouTube staff. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Talking about black power. But now we already know what that is. And you see the conversation I share anything and everything. Now I have people who can go and follow IPs. They can jump around just like everybody bounces around and tell what country. And some of you that know things pre-hand, you're telling yourself shit. You should really slow down. I'm just allowing you. I'm letting you know there's people watching, and they are actually recording. They are doing stuff for me. That's all I'm gonna say for now. It's not to get you in trouble. If you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have nothing to worry about. My thing is to elevate you. It's to have you walk in a different place, because a lot of y'all haven't meditated. If you attempted, you fell because you didn't. I know you fell because you didn't ask me a question. Y'all have my Gmail. You didn't ask the question, so I know you're not meditating. I know some of you think you know how to, but you ain't doing it. You're not practicing breathing. Some of you did and got a little lightheaded, but you go and smoke weed, you drink alcohol, and everything else. Not knocking you, but I'm making a statement that's not based upon falsehoods. I'm showing that you lack responsibility and moral subjugation, though it is within you. Y'all have become so canoodled and comfortable in just doing this. And you're looking off. You're not even really looking at yourself nor at me. You're looking off. And if you're looking at yourself, you're not even able to see who you really are. Good job. eBay, and these are like $60-something, like for a big bag that lasts like 30 days. I just do one a day. You do up to 2. And I get like 3 bags, every 60 days. And that chart Walmart, $118. It's almost double, dude. Yeah, they're on drugs. No, I have the website. I'm an accountant, so. But and I do mine with coconut water. I don't drink almond milk. None of that stuff. So none of that stuff is no good, y'all. Got in your fridge? Go pour it out. Don't need to mix. You can mix a banana, some strawberries, blueberries with it. You don't have to. Hey, Papa. All right. I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. You heard when I first came on, I says, well, everybody's gotten sick and they're feeling something. I can feel it in my body, like the cold. And it's not natural. They're spraying. I gotta close the window, but they're spraying like crazy. Now, a window closed doesn't stop it from getting in. If your home, if your place is not hermetically sealed, and most bathrooms have ventilations, right? Well, it comes through a vent and this aspiration. That means that it comes straight through. You might as well just plug your vent up or put plastic over your vent. That's the only way you're gonna stop anything getting in. And then get off. Up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, we don't do that. And tap him on his forehead. Don't know. Get your butt. What is you doing? You bugging. But anyway, and he's looking at me like this, dude. For real. I'm like, I know you're gonna be back there, but I'm gonna tap in your forehead again. But anyway, right now they're spraying like crazy. There's overcast over most of the country, and they are literally up there. They're aerosol spraying. And it's not the same. Let me close this freaking window, for real. Doesn't bother me. I don't care. Like I said, they're just doing me a favor. You don't know. So, but they're doing me and a number of us a big favor. We like the fact that they believe in the fake little world they've created and where they subjugate themselves to. We love it. Because it only proves exactly what we know. No, you can have none of this. No. I was watching these videos. I just saw this one video. I follow a guy who follows me. I hadn't seen him. And he's with this girl, got a earring in the nose. He got shot 12 times. One directly in the middle of his forehead. I didn't even make a comment. If you wanted to stay in Texas, living that way, and people and the gangs over there in Murder Worth or whatever, Fort Worth, whatever, Fort Worth or whatever. And that's I'm gonna make a statement after this, and that's because you don't know how to get up and leave. That tells me exactly what we thought might happen. That we have vessels walking around where the Gulf has nothing to give no more, because now we need things to return back to the source. Because this is like all these individuals in this thing, and this is Elon Musk, all the lies y'all believe in. This is the end of them. I'm allowed to say this. We have people being born into this world. Yes, sadly, there's nothing there. Oh no, we can exist without the light. We can exist from the source, walking around in anything. I was supposed to say that though. And you know what some people say? Well, if this is the end, it's not the end like you think. Their end is imminent. They've established it, and we're talking about more than here. We're talking about out there. They're all of them. Let's say that this was an empty island, and we were the first ones put here. Our ancestors, built upon a celestial, a galactic, in the present, and it took a coordination of many, many individuals to find a way to subjugate. The problem is, like other places, this is the last stop. They would have been better off dealing with the places they have been dealing with, that which has an end too. But the big mistake is, and some of you could feel it, there's some of you who can't feel nothing. They have allowed themselves to permeate their perversions. We're going to use their words, the words that mean and mean nothing. In Mexico, so-called Mexico, the people out there swearing they got to make a living and feed their children, which is pure bull nonsense, they could stop spraying the chemicals, stop planting the GMO seeds. Bill Gates, the smartest thing that thing could do, tell the truth that he does not own no land, because he doesn't. They don't own anything. But that won't happen. Because see, these little orphans and these subsidiaries brought from somewhere else, they have been conditioned. I can't get into it. And if you were conditioned from that period of time, that position, you would be no different. All right, trust me. You would be the same. Every once in a while, an anomaly happens. And they watch for the anomaly and they disinfect it. I put a post up to show you the stuff that you people like to watch. Does it mean I'm not going to sit there and say you're foolish? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm saying that is what you like. Oh, I can put up 1,000. I've got screenshots. I had to buy 400 gigabytes. I should have bought a terabyte of room just to house all these screenshots that I go back and look at. And I look at the characters and then I watch some of the videos to see what's playing out. And I'm like, how can y'all be so empty and so shallow that these individuals can narrate and dictate your perception of life? Oh no, they couldn't have me on that platform around their little gangbangers. Well, I literally start pulling their arms out their forearm. I literally start pulling their arms out their sockets. On camera. I would literally snatch somebody's throat and snatch their arm out their socket. I really would. No, I don't think you get what I'm saying. And I'm not violent. I am non-violent. I am literally telling you that I would grab them by their throat and I would really snatch their arm out their socket. I literally. I mean it. There's nothing else I can express to you. I can't say nothing else. Literally, I say this. Because it would shut it down completely. It would shut this down completely. That's why I would never, they wouldn't even invite me, trust me. And I wouldn't go. Because I know that I honor my word. It's like this morning, I was outside barefoot with shorts on and my tank top. And this dirt made by four corners facing the north for you, not for me. Picking up the dirt and conveying to Mama what direction, because I don't know everything. It's not meant for me to know everything, because if I did, I wouldn't be here. I want to tell this story so bad. The numbers ain't there, and I'm not surprised, but I'm very surprised. I'm not surprised because I know a lot of people are very pained, and most people don't even wear their pain. And the ones that are, they have a system of assistance that is really not assistance at all. It may assist 5%, 10%, but the majority will be right back, whether it's drugs, abuse, sexual, whatever. I used to go to this meeting in Montclair. Some people know, and it's an old Tartarian building, and most people don't know this. And we go in there, it's big, like auditorium looking, and I used to go in there with seats and everything. And it's Tartarian. It really is. It's a church. It's not a church. It's Tartarian. And I used to go in there with a friend of mine who was a deep alcoholic. I was still drinking, but I wasn't like, they call me Fallout. I can't drink like y'all. I'll drink you, but I can't drink like y'all. I would literally drink and be walking, and I could pick you up, and I used to walk with people on my shoulder for 2-3 blocks, and like 250 people, like more than my weight. I'm talking about drinking like a whole fifth of tequila. Or a liter of tequila, and they're like, there's no way we can do that, and put you down and literally fall out, head hit the side of a Rambler. No, I'm telling you, and if Easy come here, or any of them came here, they would tell you on Grove Street, I used to do this at 176 pounds, 75 pounds, and then I would stop and be laughing and joking, like a switch would turn off, and I would literally, like, boom, like a statue. And after about 15, 20 minutes, get up laughing and joking and be like, let's go drink again. I am being honest with you. That's why we said I was an alcoholic in the military and after. Because I lost my first seed was stolen, murdered. And that's why I hung in that basement looking for that doctor for about a week or 2 weeks. I was going to dispatch him. I'm not advocating violence. I'm telling you, I'm being honest. I was going to dispatch him. And I felt like drinking more and more would allow me to stay away from who you people were. And that cheating wife, who I didn't get that either, because I was very good to her. And it was easy to walk away from her, and she never paid attention because she figured the life that her mother and father and Tita Liz and all of them were living would amount to her. No, she was supposed to live a separate life. And I never saw it. My family would come down to visit, everything. I never saw the honesty and truth in it. I always saw this empty, and then I would hear things, and I would see, and I would follow, and I learned so many truths that if she was to correct herself today, my arms would be wide open and be like, I never hated you. I detested what you were because you lied to me. But she belonged to an order, Catholicism, which is a very dark organization, called a religion. Besides that, it's worse than that. And when I see going on, I think about the people in the Immaculate Conception, and those women, and everybody was there were the most promiscuous. It was just like, how can everybody know these things and see these things? The parents that went to these places did the same thing, allow their seed to do it again and again. Well, the Gulf is empty. Well, let's say it's not. It can be filled up a quadrillion times. I am telling you right now that there are people with war in them, and they are misguided and misdirected. And you have an enemy who is a chump who's got you subjugated. And they did it utilizing the worst side of this, based on how their conditioning was driven by this. That no matter who went on, they would condition theirs. You look at New York and Brooklyn. When I used to go over there to visit my Jewish uncle, my Jewish uncles. You call them Jewish, they'll shoot you. They would bury you. They don't want to be called that, though they are not the converts. And one of them was a police officer for the community outside of New York. Now New York's got a Chinese syndicate police department there. That should tell you something. They don't even speak English. But anyway, listen. And they made sure I knew that whenever I came there were certain words I say, and the people knew the family I belonged to, and I never had issues. They actually saw me as the real thing. I always wore what you call it, but it was more than that. And I couldn't, even when I started to learn, I couldn't express this. And everything they're doing is what you're told not to do, which is what you used to do. We used to sacrifice the enemies to the earth because our earth, she did not like their intervening here. Exactly what we're supposed to be doing today, but you don't know that. So they sacrificed the indigenous people of this land to Mama, and it angers her. And they don't know it because they lack responsibility. See, they only know the surface of what they're doing based on other histories that you will never, if you don't listen, if you can't chew the fruit and spit out the seeds, you'll never be able to interpret. I wasn't lying to you about certain children being triggered that would be their destruction. I was not lying. Now, where they coming from? There are many stories that have been made up to push from certain places. Simon and Toko. Do y'all really believe that? I'm just letting you know something. If you're always looking outside of yourself, how will you ever know who you are and what you're capable of? So everybody wants to watch the Garbage Patch Kids. Do you know there's a tree they used to grow that looked like a mandrake, that's based upon real stories that have been eradicated and highly falsified, like the merman and everything else, that because you will not see this. You are not in the secret societies to be the commanders of certain ships and to know certain places to go and not to go. You have been given exactly what you're supposed to know, and even in confliction, to be conflicting and to argue and fight decidedly with one another. With no real guidance. I'm here to put seed in woman. And woman is broken and don't even know what good seed is. And some of them, their eggs are jacked, and some aren't even worth seeding. I'm here to establish foundation with strong women, and they're hard to find. Because most of them might think they are, and they're not. Because they're going to be needed, and those children are going to be needed in the future. But I feel like some are successful and some of us aren't. Y'all, I'm gonna keep reading until the reading is done. I'm gonna keep sharing little insights. And I'm gonna stop right there with that. I'm gonna keep sharing little insights. I've said more than enough. Y'all have become so cowardly and so broken. You always say I'm like Jonah, the story, or Jonah. Anyway, I'm stubborn. But y'all are not stubborn, y'all are stupid. And I don't say that's an attack. No, literally. Proverbially. Y'all are stupid. And y'all are like beyond the scope of anything powerful. And I'm saying that because I'm like stumped. I'm dumbfounded at how stupid y'all have become. Like, it's impossible, but y'all are stupid. Your professors are even more dumb than anything. I ain't talking about the ones in secret societies. I'm talking about your teachers, the so-called relatives of mine. Stupid. I don't say that to be mean, to antagonize. It's easy for y'all to accept that as that because, like I said, y'all are stupid. When I meet people, the first thing I do is, and they don't know it, I study them. And I give them an offshoot of me that has been seen everywhere else. And I wait for them to ask the questions which they never ask. So some of y'all, when you met me, you should have asked certain questions. There's always the next time, right? I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down because I'm gonna come back in 2 hours to get the reading in. I make it my business to not look at things. No, because they won't influence me. Because I'm tired of seeing your pain. I'm tired of seeing where you're at. I'm tired of seeing the things that I remember relative to what I had to go through to see. And it's far from what a lot of y'all are going through. I had to go through some things. I had to go through the child abuse to be able to make a separation. I had to go through for 6 years. I had to go through that. Extreme. Meaning, hung with coat hangers, metal coat hangers, when my hands turned blue. Woken in my sleep with someone sitting on my back and beaten mercilessly, naked. The cold water, the switches, the lashings, the cuts, that's the slavery. I had to go through that. Then I had to go through the ambiguity of fighting, and most people were scared to fight me because the way I would react. That I could not control. Literally jumping on people's backs, biting their ears, clawing their necks. When I was a little thing. And Nishawang, yeah, and down in the basement, going to the galley. If you were attempting to bully me, one time Gregory McClellan spun me around. He was so big and I was so small. I was small for a purpose, and dropped me on my neck, and I got up and thought my back was broken, and I couldn't breathe, and he knocked the wind out of me. And I remember running to the teacher and telling him, I think because I believed, and I remember this in a dream, that it was over. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And then I remember that time when I went up to Greg and I said, next time if you ever come close to me, I will kill you. And I said it, and he looked in my face and he ran away. Because he saw something different. He told me later on in high school, who was you? He said, what happened? I remember, you scared. What was your face? I said, it was odd. It was just figment of imagination. And at that time with Peter Jones and a few other people, and Rivera and Tony, and I would always, and Randy Key, I would practice all the martial arts I was learning, and then I would implement other things that I knew. And that's why it was important for me to study Samoan bone breaking, dislocation, joint dislocation, and jiu-jitsu and Hapkido. I used to go to Green Dragon Hapkido over in East Orange or South Orange. I used to envelop myself with boxing, all these martial arts and everything else. And though I wasn't flexible, I was very flexible because I didn't stretch for flexibility, people. It was natural. And people would just watch and go, damn. We was down at Glenville. It was Mount Hebron against Glenville. Now, we were all Calabrese, Papa Tony's Pizzeria. We're getting our snacks, plenty arcade. And that day, it was like, we're going down to Glenville. It's going to be a big fight. Us against them. South End, 4th Ward, blah, 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 blah. Hollow, blah, 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 blah. Now, all these are my relatives. I remember being out in the front and standing right there. And everybody ran and started fighting, and nobody converged or touched me. Nobody. If you're here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you can mention it if you want. Everybody ran right by me. I'm standing right there. I can see where Randy Key murdered the beautiful young sister who he was dating because of his heroin addict. I was in the military at that time. I could see all these things. So I see things in time, in frames, history. I see the place where I got my little Julie sucked by this grown 27-year-old woman by the Glen. I'm not going to say her name, off of Miller Street. Fine woman. Good gracious. Whew, long gone. Yeah, I was a young thing. We used to run down and look for Batman, which he existed, y'all, in the Glen. He was a real one. Shopping carts, he would chase us. It didn't matter. Everybody ran by me. Nobody laid a hand on me. I remember being with my boy Spencer Hobson, Nona Strasda, and I'm not going to say the other beautiful young lady who I was wearing her behind out. And we were drinking. And I remember I said, I'm going to test Spence. And I was like, don't do it. Spence is big. We call him popcorn. I mean, a monster of a young man. I mean, y'all, if you want to talk about a giant. I remember I said, oh, you got to get this thing out of me. And he didn't know I was acting, but I just wanted to see how strong he was. And I remember he got me down. He was scared. And his face looked like, off the stand. Just call me Moon, M-O-O-N. But he was smart. And I said, hit me. He hit me in the head. I said, hit me again. He was hitting and knocking the smack out of me. But I never had no swelling or anything. And we got up and we went to this basement where he lived, in his house, and he was with Nona and I was with the other young Italian ladies, Sicilian, and we was working it out, drinking and smoking weed and having a good time. Nobody ever thought about that until I told him about me, him, and his big brother who played football. I kept mentioning he went to the military, messing with the Ouija board. And I says, yo, this is real, guys. You sure you want to do this? This is going to speak on something that's dark. And we had the candles and the wine glass, and we spelled out the letters. It's better if you spell the letters, but don't play with it, people, because you guys are stupid. So don't do it. And everything happened that I knew was going to happen. When I took my finger, I had my finger on the side, and I says, I'm not doing it. And he came in my direction, and Spence had his hand off, and it still come to me, and I lifted my hand up, and it was still moving, and then the glass moved, and I put the glass over the candle, smothered it out. I says, there's something in here. We got to get out. We broke camp. Messed the words up. And I said, well, that's your place. You got to go back in there on Grove. And he just looked at us like, and me and Spence was like, fuck out of here. Listen to me. You're powerful, and you can manifest things. That's why I said it's important for y'all to come and walk the circle and the fire with me. Not no 1 or 2 people. Y'all need. I know it hurts you. Oh, you're calling us stupid. Listen to me. You are. I care how you feel. I've conversed with women who could have had a chance, and I saw the attitude and the immaturity. And they don't get it because they're stuck in this conundrum. Even though they're learning, the beautiful thing is people are learning. But y'all messengers left and right. You don't even receive messages. You don't even know how. These people, your enemies have been groomed. The kids they are, the beasts, and you have been subject disloyally to something to make you who never was. You are acting accordingly. You're stupid. All crayon color and fictional stuff. Have at it. Let me get up here. This is all the know-it-alls. Who's going to comment instead of commenting, we're going to comment afterwards. They mad. I'm just going to look at you and leave you comment because you're stupid. It makes me no difference. You're stupid. Does it mean everybody? I'm saying it's. I'm not pointing at nobody. See what I just did? If you feel some way, then that's something you need to work on. You should be in the scope of that. Some of you will just argue because you're and you're being antagonized. So you feel you're not doing unto others that others were doing you, because I have not named other than what need to be named. I am saying you're stupid. Does it apply? And if it does, reach out, address why you feel that way. And if you feel that you're not, prove that you're not. I was on a podcast. I'm gonna say this. I gotta say this. Mic drop. On YouTube, on Twitter, with Westside, and they had Dr. Ross. You know, I don't care about no doctor in front of nobody's name. And when I hear that you're a womanizer, you want to put the pussy up like it's the greatest thing when it's not. When you hate feminism, yet you act like a male simp. I take it personal when you believe that I am supposed to see you as something other than what I actually see you as, because of your verbiage, your immortal technique, which is not immortal at all, it's broken. Your vices of intellectual, intelligent communique, which is worthless. I respect that of my brother Big Mike and Westside. I said I'm not going to say nothing because this guy is a fraud, a sham. And then to have a sister and say, "Oh, he's an Aboriginal sister that knows that," and don't know who's on even on the panel when he's addressing and using the term black, this, that, and other. That I see him like so many other people in big cities. That grotesquely is overrated. And I hope Big Mike sees this and realizes to stay the fuck away from him, regardless of where he feels, because Big Mike's educated too, very intelligent. But sometimes we can let that permeate something that doesn't exist, a false, to do this when life is not about doing this. It's about brotherhood and sisterhood. It's about us being one. That is what it's about for you people who are stupid. And I am bringing it up to let you know that when I have open mic, we'll call it a podcast, which is not open mic, it's because I want you to be able to come on and express yourself regardless of what the topic is. And do so, and even if I have to convey and bring you back, it's for the benefit of self and others. And it helps me to further learn too. Anybody that believes that a teacher and they have all the words are lacking resourcefulness because they are irresponsible. No teacher never stops being a student. I've sparred grandmasters before, and I've won. So, please, I am here to tell you that no teacher is never a student. And if you believe that, then people will talk to you and mitigate and carry on with you any and every kind of way you think. And they will believe their own BS. They will believe their own stench don't stink. Okay? And you, on the other hand, will be looking at yourself and you will become the epitome of character, your own character assassination, depression, and everything else that nobody can really make. Only you allow. Okay? I'm tired of these big platforms of nothing. I said what I said about Tim Pool and what's the name? It's because it's a game. It's a gambit. And they're the biggest hypocrites. And they are. They don't know nothing. And if they did, and they decide to be disingenuous and carry on with the agenda, they'll be seen and they'll be seen for who they are, regardless of the masses of stupid people that follow. Now I see people coming in and going out. You know why? Because stupidity. Stupid people will always arise to the occasion. And trust me when I say this. I'm talking about those where the shoe fits. They will always show their emotional unstableness. They will show how they are grafted in to the lies. All that is be watching and think the world they live in. You don't know the world I live in. And some people, I've been shot and I've shot some people. Like that's something. That's the media and your music idiot. And a certain Zionist group of organization and boule Negroes who like to do some dirty things. That's who you entitle yourself to. No, you're not. You're not badasses. You're not tough. A bunch of cowards running around genetically modified and disingenuous and unharmonic and unbalanced. That's what you are. Broken, and you wouldn't dare challenge me. Definitely not in person. Some of y'all might know me from the little groups and know that I got, yeah, they call them soldiers. I don't get into that. We have a network. And we have those who actually come around. Either you're going to come around or you can stay where you're at. Like I said, I came here with a couple of purposes. One is to give women a good, strong seat, and I'm not here for that. And right now, I just don't feel like that. I don't even want to, just, even me, if I lay with a woman, I pull some of that, whatever that's with that woman. I don't want that shit. It's one of the hardest things for me to get rid of is that energy, whatever it's bad. A strong, good woman, you know it. I'd probably be stuck, be like, I can't leave. You know what I'm saying? But you cats are running around broken. The woman makes the man stronger. And the man, I'm serious, and the man protects the woman with the strength given. It's a circular thing. That is what the swastika and the yin and yang is really about, that has been divided and perverted in fake Hollywood, Kung Fu and Buddhism and Nazism, which is pure fabricated horse shit. I gotta say it that way. And those are facts. Circle of life. And it's not about the pill betraying the older brother. The pill was betraying the dark wolf, which was the younger brother betraying the older brother. In some sense, that is the part of it, but then somebody else came and took advantage of that. I am telling you that the circle of life has 4 points mitigated. You just don't see it, whether it be the eyes and the two tails. Like two sperms. They like that testosterone is not what it is. It's the male and female, it's the harmony. The eye, it's the 4 points. Just like the lands, the mountain from the throne. They cannot even occupy. The enemy can never know because they want to get beyond that. They want to fight that which created us. No, it's like a game. A game that they're not playing, but it's like a game. They see it as a game. Though it's weak, because they can snap like this and everything be gone. Listen to me. Either you're going to rise to the occasion, or we got enemies watching. And I love the fact that they're watching. They walk by all the time. This is what the little punks do. Like, it's going to do something to me. It ain't going to do shit to me. And I don't know. Now, if you want to go over there and snatch the damn spine out from the back of their head, and I can see everybody reacting when I start digging my fingers into somebody's neck, and I can literally see them. And then there's people who remember me, with my ex-wife, who died a few times, who loves. If you're watching, Luz, you know I love you still, honey. I love what you're getting, everything taken care of. Some vet with no security, no insurance, ran into her car and totally killed her. Well, she died twice. The daughter's with her, and she can't get back. And she used to watch me take real plywood, and 2 of them, and break them with 2 fingers. And everybody there, the Kwanjanam, the Sabanam, were like, and they didn't get it. And I was saying, and I would do it again. Break it with 2 fingers. I'm talking about pieces of plywood, y'all. Pine, real, not breakaway boards, people. So I'm sharing that with you. I had it on Facebook for a long time. And everybody's like, yeah, Red, we spent more in school and high school. It's not bragging. It's telling you the truth. So you can sit here looking. It doesn't mean shit. You just look at it, I don't reach out and touch you every time you walk by me. Look, sitting in the car looking all retarded. Men, if you have a beard, growing your beard, do yourself a favor and let your beard grow in. If you got locks, keep them short until your beard comes fully in, and then allow your locks to grow unattended. Take my word for it. Don't worry about what some Hollywood makeup beautification. That is not what it's about. You're not in a beautiful time. If you want to tap into your energy, the same goes for the women who want to grow locks. Let them be of large contour. Let them be of strength. And stop the waxing shit. Change your diet. 1 meal a day. Break it up into 2 if you have to. No bigger than your fist. And breathe. You see that coming in, right? What you sharing the message? Huh? You getting the point? Like I said, he's monitoring it. Trust me, y'all. I love my family, my kinfolk. When I say sidanelv, well, you know what it means. No, do you really know what it means? Dagonatini, do you know what it means? When I say Hawa and Jannah, do you know what it really means? Where do you think they get Allah, Hawa, and all that from? Huh? Then they come along with their broken ass, fake ass Jesus. That worthless piece of shit excrement lie. Not of my soil, people. Y'all better honor my mother. And y'all better do her right. The rest of you, you better run. Or you can stand there and keep looking like you really know. Like you're going to figure out something. You can't even figure out the stench coming from your ass, but you think you're going to figure this out? Oh, look at me. I trained. I was in the cold. 50-60 weather. I run 5-minute miles. I've killed many people. That's the problem. You have not learned how to live. Oils are the worst thing to put in your body, people. But if you're going to use an oil, if you can get and afford it, Moroccan olive oil, don't take a tablespoon, put it on your salad with some vinaigrette. That means raspberry and vinegar that you blend up, mix it with the olive oil, and you're doing yourself a service, not disservice. Add a little flax or hemp seed in there too. A little salad about that big, all green, red, leafy. You don't have to eat kale. Stop that whoever. I can see where they push that at first. Put some papaya on there. Get some breadfruit on the side. If you're going to eat some fish, while you can, because a lot of dead spots, they're killing fish. They're poisoning the water, y'all people. It's funny how in Canada and certain places like that, they're out there watching. Y'all lazy motherfuckers ain't watching nothing. Get you some halibut, some rainbow trout. What's in the season right now? Well, anyway, you know what they're doing. They're doing their best to kill everything, any possible way for you to be able to eat, and make the sodium based upon what they're doing on the side while they eat the good stuff and subjugate you. The gulags, all that stuff is real. They have the foundations, the places built. They have the tombs ready for you, and they have idiots in the special forces community. Not all. There's a lot of good ones I know personally. And they see everything that's going on, and they're really pissed off. But you have the ones who sold over, foreigners and everything. Sadly, and I tell you, I love everybody on this earth. The problem is a lot of them are broken, and you're gonna get together or you're not. I love all walks of life. And people say, well, you know, you're Spanish, you're German, and da-da. I'm going to bring it down to you again. On this earth, my biological mother and our family, going back numerous generations, comes from pure royalty. From the Lees, all the way up to the Wrights. All the way back down to Margaret Maggie, like a Western cowgirl, Klein. And Henry Lucifer Schaus. And I'm not going to say that name again. Because most of those people in Sweden and Denmark become fucking idiots. They don't even know what they're fucking with. And the dumb, goofy ass generals over here, well, they're going to continue to make the mistakes because even they're good sacrifices. And on my father's side, going back many generations, all the way back to my fourth or fifth, Lily Houghton and James Henry Houghton. And then I go back many generations before that, whether it be Spanish and Chickasaw the Choctaw, or if you want to say the original people of Mesoamerica, so-called Mexico. That's not its original fucking name. Like my mom, same thing. Whether it be Dutch, Chinese, or that of the first principal people. So don't sit here thinking you fucking know me. And history passed down. And how? You can ride however you want to ride, side saddle, underneath, 30-30. I really wouldn't give two flying Fs. But don't think you know me. Not for one iota or moment in time. There's only a few of us on YouTube, and I ain't gonna tell you the other ones. You find them that are doing what I'm doing. We won't be here for long. Y'all have a good fucking day. My brother Rondo come in? Nobody? I don't see no comments. So it tells me who's watching. I don't care about the likes either. It's only good when I'm reading. This right here, I don't require your likes or any fucking thing.